guys, this is Afterlife and I'm going to be showing you some 3D motion tracking. The program we're going to be using is Boujou. It's a 3D motion tracking program, and this is kind of the effect that we'll be doing. You can see the beetles there are tracked to the clip. And obviously we won't be using beetles, but like we'll be putting some 3D text on there. But you get the point. So I'm gonna close out of this, start off fresh. So we have a clip here, and it's a little cinematic. This one you have floor. That's nice when you're using it. So what you want to do is take your clip, put it into After Effects, and trim it to the size that you want, like just the certain points that you want. This right here is good for me. I think that's fine. So I'm just gonna go to Open Boujou. Make sure you don't render it out in MP4, because the Boujou does not support MP4. And yeah, you don't have to do a image sequence. You can just do MOV like I did here. So you're going to want to set it to the frame rate. If you don't know what the frame rate is, import it to After Effects, your clip, and up and by the project, if you click on your clip, it should tell you your frame rate up in the left hand corner, somewhere around here. So we're going to hit apply, put it back to the same frame rate, and apply again. Alright, now I got our clip in. You want to track features. This will take longer, obviously. And, well, it's going to track all the points in the film that it thinks are good points and it can follow. And then next we're going to be doing camera solve, and that will take the points that last throughout the whole clip, like as one steady point. So I'm going to pause it and start it up when this is done. Okay, so it's done. It tracked points in our clip, as you can see, and the yellow is the motion of that point. So now we're going to want to go to camera solve, and since this is a smooth, really smooth cinematic, like not all jumpy, we're going to optimize camera path smoothness, and we'll hit start. This will be quicker, but I'll pause it and come back when it's done. Okay, so it's done. It optimized all the points. So these are all solid points that it knows throughout the whole film. Even these ones back here, it knows where them are through the whole film, which is pretty amazing. And it does that based on the position of the other points and the movement that they have. So yeah, so when you optimize, it just takes them points that it knows throughout the whole film or clip. So now what you're going to want to do is no, you're not going to do that. Let me delete that, sorry. That's the next step. So we're going to do scene, geometry. We're going to add coordinate from hint. I'm going to change this to X. So we're going to find a good point on this part of the floor here. That would be the x-axis, not axis. So I'm going to choose, this point right here. I'm going to hit Command and it's Control on Windows and click on another point. So the x-axis goes this way. That would be horizontal. Connect to selected. Add another one. Add another hint. Change it to Y. I'm going to find a point where it's vertical. So right about here, I'm going to hit Command. Select 2 points because it just gives it that much more information to go by. Add another one. Go to Z. Z. In graphing and stuff, it would be back. So I'm going to select that point. And that's the same point I used for X, but it doesn't matter. No, actually, I'm going to select this one. That's almost on the same plane. Hold Command, click that point, connect, add one more coordinate, and put it to origin. And this one's just going to be one in the middle of the clip somewhere. I'm just going to... It doesn't honestly matter. I really don't think that it affects your clip. So I'm just going to choose this point back here and hit connect. So now you're going to update coordinate frame, add test object, and that looks pretty good. Looks like it's right on the wood flooring. Looks pretty beautiful, honestly. So just to explain quick, graphing. So if you ever took geometry, I think you learned this in Algebra 2 sometimes. But so if you think of graphing, the Y and X, so X is horizontal, Y is vertical, and maybe later in geometry, like farther back in your classes, you'll learn about the Z-axis, which is depth. So that goes back from the Y-axis. Just something quick to say if anybody really cares. So if you're going to be doing this in Cinema 4D, which this tutorial is for, 3D motion tracking for Cinema 4D, you're going to export camera solve. You're going to want to browse to find a place that you're going to save it. I'm going to save desktop like always. Every great editor does is saves it straight to the desktop to clutter his desktop even more. I'm just going to name this test 3D track. We're going to change this to Cinema 4D. We're going to save. Change this to 100. And that should be it. Hit save. And if you're not quite sure, if you're done with this, you could either save this project here or minimize it while you're going to Cinema 4D. It's always a nice precaution to take. So we got our clip right here, or our 3D motion track clip. I'll open it up. Once it loads, you're going to go and you're going to hit OK. This is alright. Leave it at 10. Texture is checked. This should be at centimeters. Lights checked. Split sections is not checked. Hit OK. And it's got our points here. Oh, one quick thing that I didn't show you guys. This is really cool. If you go to 3D and hold shift, this shows you the path of your camera and the points in 3D space. This is really amazing what this program can do. So if I highlight these points right here, right there, and I go back to 2D, that's going to be stuff on the wall, which is really cool. I mean, just amazing. Highlight that, go 3D, it's way back here. It knows it's just amazing. I don't know. Alright, so back in the Cinema 4D, you have your tracked points here, but you don't have a clip or the plane. So you're going to want to go to, I don't even know what that is, but you go to background, double click, double click, double click, and it brings up a texture. Double click the texture, uncheck specular, go to textures, load image, find your clip, okay, X, drag it onto background. Now there's your plane. And I'm going to add a mole graph, and that should be tracked. Look at that. Fly by it. Quite an amazing effect. I really don't think I need to show you guys any more. You obviously came here to see how to motion track, not how to work with Cinema 4D. But just real quick, see, line it up there. And it's motion tracked. Since you're added on a plane like this, you can add shadows and stuff to your text and set it to the plane. Also, like, see this text, if I were to tuck it back behind that corner, you would have to do some masking on that corner to make it look good in After Effects. I do notice that my tracking wasn't the best. That sometimes happens. That could have been possibly my origin. I don't know. But you can see it moves right here with the lines. It doesn't match up as it goes by, but that's hardly noticeable because it'll be going so fast. And you could speed it up if it's not good enough, if you don't want to go back and retrack and all that. So that's it. I hope this helped, guys. I'm going to have some more 3D motion tracking. I'm probably going to have like up to 4 ways of motion tracking and 3D motion tracking. So I hope you guys enjoyed. There's more to come.